Sometimes when neighbors get together, great ideas are born. We went on the local scene to 40 Second Brew Company in Kingston.
So 40 Second Brewing started out kind of just as a little hobby between neighbors, Paul, and eventually Steve, and we kind of grew it into a tap room situation that we have now, which is great.
Went over to the other co-founder, Matt, and I said, look, we both like beer. I got this idea, why don't we start a brewery? He started looking at it, and we pulled the trigger that day. We bought about $1,500 worth of homebrew equipment, and we started brewing in my garage, much to my wife's chagrin. We were pretty much in there every weekend, either brewing, packaging, or thinking about beer. And then COVID hit, and we just carried that on. We did 400 gallons in the garage during COVID, and that's how we perfected a lot of our recipes we do today.
I came over for a social distance fire pit, during COVID, and had one of their beers, which is now our Driftwood, our amber ale. I was really impressed with the beer, thought it was really good. And that night, through conversation, they needed, a logo and branding and marketing, social media, and as a brewer wearing all the hats, it's challenging. So they had just started out, and I knew those are things they needed. So fast forward, 5 days later, we had a meeting, and we all decided to, add myself and my friend Nia, because he does graphics design, and we came up with a logo, and it kind of took off from there.
We had a couple names originally, and we ended up with 42nd to kind of stay with the Kingston theme, as the 42nd parallel runs right through Kingston, Mass. So we wanted to keep it local.
We knew there was a need in Kingston. There's some really good restaurants, but there isn't much of a nightlife. And being able to open a brewery, and especially downtown where there's not a whole lot going on down here by the post office, we thought it was a good opportunity to provide something that we thought was needed in the town. And this is an older building, late 1800s, early 1900s building. And we partnered with Frame Techs here in Kingston with Mike Norton, and they were kind of our builders on the project. We could have easily just painted and done some simple touch-ups, but we really wanted to expose the original building and what it, some of the beauties of it, and the brick wall to the original tin ceilings. All those things were covered up, and we exposed them. One of our first customers was Orta right down the street. Good friends with Brett, the head chef at Orta. I've been working with him on kind of getting our beer into the marketplace, and we look to do some partnerships with him in the future with some pairings and tap takeovers. Through the walls here, working with A3 and John, we've partnered with him for food, so our customers can actually go on, scan the barcode, and order food to the tap room. They can order pizza, they can order their chicken parm, and then they say delivery, and they'll bring it right through the back door and call out your name. So it's been nice to have a food option. A lot of breweries, they have food trucks and things like that come in to provide that service, and we have it right next door with A3. So that's been a great partnership.
Early on, when Matt and I were bouncing recipes off each other, we were continually harassing Paul Nixon down at Indie Farm. He was really supportive, helped us get all of our grains, to the point where he was kind enough to let us do like a collaboration brew with our first recipe called 3 Sheets to the Wind. He was very instrumental in helping us kind of scale up from home brewing.
Beer's very delicate. It needs a lot of time. Sit 2.5, 3 weeks, up to 2 months, and you just got to be patient with it. The actual brewing process itself, that's the easiest thing we do. It's all the ancillary stuff that nobody sees behind the scenes. All the cleanup, all the kegging, transporting, reporting, that type of thing. So,
What's the favorite beer of yours?
A cold one. They're all kind of like my kids, right? I like them all. It all depends on the day, right? If I'm out just gonna have like 1 or 2, I would say, my favorite's a 3 Sheets to the Wind. That's, double dry hopped IPA, traditional. But if I'm out, if I'm going to barbecue, I'm going to take a Locals Light with me or a Pilsner. Kind of depends on what your day holds.
Tough one. I wasn't initially an IPA guy until I met Paul and Matt, which gradually I've become one. So I'd say on the IPA side, I really enjoy our ship-based, which has been distributed locally. So a lot of folks have seen the can, and it's been moving pretty well. And then on the other side of the spectrum, I really do like our amber ale, our Driftwood. That was actually the beer that enticed me to get into the business, around that social distance fire pit that was, 2 years ago. So those are my two favorite beers.
I think we gotta go with the original IPA via 3 sheets, I think. We brewed it. It's actually the first one we brought to market on a big batch scale. Just a good American IPA. It's not New England, it's not hazy, it's not juicy. Some people equate it to kind of a West Coast style, kind of piney. I don't really get that, but definitely good, just crisp. Looks light, and it tastes really good.
The reception from the community has been really well. We're getting people from, obviously, Kingston, locally, that are really enjoying it. They'll come here, have a drink before they go out to dinner, come after dinner. But we're getting folks from, North Plymouth, Duxbury, Pembroke, Halifax. But the reception to the beer, everyone's really enjoying the beer. We have a bunch of repeat customers that are coming in. Everyone really loves the environment.
I've been doing IT for 15 years now. There's not a lot of tactile reciprocation of, hey, this is good or good job. Whereas in this business, it's we can make a beer, someone will come in, and the gratification, or at least appreciation, is right there. It's visceral, right? I like that. I like making people happy. I like talking to people. That's the part of the business that really, gets the creative juices flowing.
I think we've created a nice culture here down in downtown Kingston. We have a nice establishment where people can come in and relax and enjoy and get to know other people from around the area. I think that will continue. While we are a brewery, I think we've created a nice taproom environment where people can come and just enjoy a pint. So I think that will continue.
It's been 3+ years now to kind of see where, we started in a garage with used home brewing equipment to build it to something where, locals can come in. We've got a lot of support from surrounding communities, a lot of just random people that we don't know. It's funny because your friends and family will tell you your beer is good. They might be lying to you just to make you feel good about it. But the true testament is when you actually open your doors and get people in here, keep them coming back, which we have a lot of repeat customers already. It's really cool to see how it's flourished, and just the support of the communities as well. I mean, everybody, they can't believe, that there's a brewery in Kingston, and, we're finally put Kingston on the map, and we're hopefully become part of the South Shore Beer Trail, and, we'll get a lot of beer enthusiasts and aficionados through the door, and I don't know, it's been awesome. Can't complain.
If you enjoyed this video by the local scene, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching.